What's up, guys? It's been a little while since the last time I showed my face in the video. Not that you maybe you don't even miss my face, and I understand it, but I wanted to bring you something fresh, something nice today. I took a couple of trades this morning off sometimes longer time frames, and a couple of things happened very interesting. CRON and NFLX, those were the only two stocks that I traded today. Overall profit $770 today. I had a $210 profit on Netflix off of the bounce on the pre-market hours, when I noticed it was actually up 8% in the pre-market hours due to earnings reports, because they beat expectations of the analysts, and they were going really higher since even yesterday. So this morning the stock started to go, kind of flatlining, and it started declining. I noticed in the first flush that I was able to get a bounce in the pre-market hours, and I went for it, and it worked out very well. I was holding a really tiny small amount of shares, but I made $210. Then I took another trade on CRON. Although I missed the first entry off of the 50 simple moving average at 98 cents, if I'm not mistaken. I'll show you here in the computer so you guys can see the exact number, but if I'm not mistaken, it was out of $8.98, where the 50 simple moving average was sitting on the 5-minute time frame, and it bounced off of that level. I missed that entry for the short, so I went for the second one, and I made $240. So I was up by $450. And then I was telling the guys in the live stream about a longer time frame that I was looking for another entry on CRON, going down in a 15-minute time frame, looking for the test of that 100 simple moving average on the 15-minute time frame. So this trade I had to wait for that trade to set, and it was a longer time frame, so I had put a couple of stop limit order to sell or to short, and to do another one to cover. And then I took another entry off of a 1-minute time frame, adding to that position that was not even filled, and I added a couple of shares on that one. I took that trade out, and then I got filled on the other one that I had off of the 15-minute time frame. And overall I took $560 gain on CROM and $210 on Netflix today. I'm gonna show you in the computer what really it looked like, so that way you have an idea of what I'm talking about. But overall, it's been very interesting. One of the things that I wanted to tell you guys as well is that TradersColony.com is a free community. One of the things, especially for you guys that are new, a good way to keep track of your ideas and show other people what you're thinking and have at least feedback will be to kind of share your ideas with other people. This is what I was thinking of saying to you yesterday, and also today on the stream. One of the guys told me, hey, do you think it's a good idea that I start sharing stuff on the website? And I said, that's an excellent idea, because that way you can keep track of your thoughts, and other people can give you feedback, and you can go back and see the images and everything that you're doing. If you have a YouTube channel, you want to update your own videos there, you can also do it. But without further ado, I will show you what the trade looked like and the ideas behind every single one of my trades today on CROM and also on Netflix. Come with me. I will show you now my screen so I can explain to you where the moving averages were sitting and all that kind of stuff, the idea behind the overall trade here. Thank you for listening, and I will see you right here behind me on my monitors now. So here Netflix on the pre-market hours, if you can notice, started to go uptrend, very big uptrend here since yesterday. I posted even a video yesterday, you probably saw it there, when this thing ramped up when Netflix reported the earnings. And this morning it started to kind of like flatline a little bit on the pre-market hours, and Netflix on the first flush on this first candle here, when it got under the 50 simple moving average of 50 to 100 in the view app, it has the big flush here on the first candle, right? What I thought about this thing was that if this is the first 1 minute candle that actually comes out like that, when we just kind of flatlining here a little bit, then there might be an opportunity to get in. And so I sent an order and I put a price here to try to, I was trying to get fill at 306.65. I got fill at 306.70 though, and it was really a tiny little bit amount of shares. It's really not a big size though. I was just holding 300 shares of this thing, but again, you gotta compare with the size of this price of the stock is pretty high there. So I got fill at 306.70 down here. Down here in this candles. Let's see, around here, right? And it tapped the 306 the first time around here. If you look at the 305.96 even here, it started to flatline on me a little bit. It started to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and I didn't like that too much. Even when we got a little green candle here, I was still holding. And the first time around, and this thing just rolled over, came right back down. I sent my order, I got fill at 306. So on the flush here, if you see, we got down at 305.64. So I got right according to the execution, and I set the limit order there, but I'm looking at my trade log right now, and I got executed at 306 on the way down. So I covered that position there. If you can see, Netflix as of right now just keeps on moving a little higher. And today also I traded CRON. I missed a pretty decent trade off of the bounce here in the 5 minute time frame, because it really did bounce here on the 5. The first bounce was on the flush here on the 50 on the 1 minute bounce here. They come right back down, flushing down all the way to here. Beautiful trade. The first one, I tried to get filled on the first flush. I couldn't be I couldn't fill my order here because I missed it. By the time that I was able to try to see my order, it was already too late. It bounced off right here. If you look at the 1 minute, you're gonna notice it bounced off here, and exactly around the same area that it bounced on the 50. I was looking at the 5 minute to get that entry, and I couldn't do it. The second time when it bounced right here was when I sent that entry order to get filled on the downside, and I got filled though. This thing right here was sitting at if you look at 998. As I was saying on the video, I wasn't sure if it was just 898 or 998, but I know it was off of the 50 simple moving average. And you know, the second time around I got filled, went down there. I got a trade, a pretty decent trade on that one. The price where I got filled was at 963. You see, it was down here, around here. If you and I was basing my trade off of the 50 simple moving average though, and this is off of the bounce here. I was looking for that entry. If you look at the bounce here in the 5 around here, this is what I got my entry there for a profit of $240 on this trade. Then I took a couple of other trades here at 940 to cover a 917, and the reason why I did that was because I was looking for a little flush to the downside. 940 though, if you look at the doji here at this 1 minute time frame, 940, right here we had that reversal coming right back down. That's where I got filled on the other trade, and I got covered 925, which was on this green candle around here exactly. Then I got a re-entry on 917 because I was looking for a longer time frame though, because that trade was off of the low of this candles right here. If you look at 916 on the low right there, I was looking for an entry. I got back in at 917, and I was looking for a test of this 100 simple moving average on the 15 minute time frame, and I was trying to let it work. It took a long time for me to move, but I put and on the way down here I saw half of what I was holding, and then I was holding only half, and I put a stop limit order to cover that position on the way down there, looking for a test of that area. But I didn't want to let it go all the way to where the 50 was, the 100 was sitting here. That was at that moment it was at 890, and I put a stop limit order to be filled with a limit price at $8.94, with a trigger at $8.97. Then all of a sudden, when this thing just held on with this trend line, this thing just flushed in this 1 minute candle here. I was getting a little bit impatient because I just wanted to get out of that moment. It was being a little bit slow, and I was even telling the guys on the live stream, I think I just want to get out of here at this point. But all of a sudden, it seems like it was a big seller that came in, and this thing just flushed down for a low here of $8.66. So this thing just flushed down and got me covered there on this flush. As of right now, you can see it's just trying to get a little bit of a bounce, but I think we're just gonna roll over again to the downside. But for me, overall today, I made $770 trade on those, a couple of trades on CRON and NFLX. So excellent day for me so far, and just wanted to review this video here so that you guys can follow through with